Hello everyone, my name is Bieta Philomon. So, the project I did is over does lack of sleep affects weight gain and stress? So, for introduction, sleep can impact our body in many ways, like our memory and health. So most adults, they say we're supposed to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep a day, and people that don't get that many hours of sleep can lead to different health problems in their body, like heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and high blood pressure. So the research question I came up with is, does lack of sleep affects weight gain and stress? The hypothesis is if a person lacks sleep, then it will lead to weight gain and stress. The variables is sleep, weight gain, and stress. For the methods, I used the 3 literature review articles and PubMed. And the 3 keywords I searched for was sleep, stress, and obesity. So for the first article, the article is called Stress, Fatigue, and Sleep Quality Leading Up to and Following a Stressful Life Event. For this article, there were 48 PhD students as their participants, and only 44 students were able to finish the study. And the majority of the study had female. The mean age was 35 years old and the duration was 8 weeks. So basically, for this study, what they did was um, they um, they separated the 8 weeks into 2 different 4 weeks, meaning 4 weeks before the dissertation and 4 weeks after the dissertation defense. So they asked everybody to do a diary at 7 a.m. in the morning and 7 p.m. at night. And also, they asked their participants to download 2 apps where one app was for sleep and one app was for stress. So basically, what they did was in the stress app, they had to rate how much stress they had for that day, and for the sleep app, they had to do how much sleep they got that day. So at the end of the study, they concluded um, that the study showed that stress, fatigue, sleep quality did play a role in everyone's life, especially if they're stressed because of work. So for the second study, um, the article was called "Weight Gain in First Semester University Students: Positive Sleep Diet Practices Associated with Protective Effects." For this, they had 91 participants in the beginning, and only 60 were able to complete it. It was 18 years and older, and they did separate them into 3 different groups, and it took them almost 4.5 months to finish the study. So in this, the study was about the relationship between sleep duration, body composition, and diet patterns in the participants. So each visit consisted of anthropometric measurements and survey completion. The survey completion was basically questionnaires on how many hours of sleep the participant got for a week and how many hours of sleep they got last night prior to the appointment. So that the diet was assessed with a food questionnaire. The study at the end study concluded that the results shows the participants who were able to get more sleep were able to maintain their weight, meaning if they didn't get enough sleep, they showed that they did gain weight. And for the last study, or the last article, it was called Sleep Duration Motivates the Association Between Insula Activation and Risky Decision Under Stress in Adolescents and Adults. So for this, they had 22 adolescents, which had 14 females, and 22 adults, which had 12 females. And it took them 2 weeks to do the study, and the age of adolescents was between 15 and 17, and the age of adults was between 25 to 30. And the mean of age of adolescents was 16.55, and the mean age of adults was 27.22. So for this study, the participants were randomly selected and they got a text message 3 times per day between the hours of 9 a.m. through 7 p.m. And they were supposed to reply to that text with using Likert scale, meaning 1 being not stressed and 7 being very stressed. So they did that formula to find their results, and at the end of the study, they concluded that the shorter the sleep duration, the more it will affect the brain and decision making. So, so for the discussion and conclusion, I compared the 3 studies. So study 1 had oldest participants, and it did their study through different apps. Then for study 2, it took longer time for the study to take place, and it had more participants, and it had the youngest participants. For study 3, it took the shortest time and also had less participants. The hypothesis was tested acceptable. The next steps is performing the study in person with more college students who are between the ages of 18 through 22, and a longer duration to the study, meaning a longer time so we can see if there is any difference to the sleep and the results. Then also focus more on their lifestyle, including their eating habit and exercise, and how the eating habit and exercise will take a part in sleep. So if you have any questions, do post it below, and I will try to answer all of them. Thank you so much.